two boys here today. Please be, as always, be supportive, and if you have any questions to write them down, put your name on so we can get you to stand up and embarrass you if we have to. So let's enjoy the evening.
Sorry, Harry.
Is this the 5th kit or 6th kit? What is it?
Oh, just as a note, the goalkeepers' kits this season, I can see so many, even I've got mine on, there's so many, the goalkeepers' kits this season have been unreal, right? Yeah. Sorry, less.
You don't get a choice on how they're designed, no. It's a shame. But good to see you guys and, meet the fans, you're a friendly bunch, so I wouldn't worry. What we'll do is we'll ask probably alternate questions to each of you, and then be as honest or as rude or as insulting as you want to be to me. But our first question will come to you, Ephron, if you don't mind. And becoming a Coventry player was not the usual process for you, was it? Because you were bought and then you were loaned back to Peterborough, your club that we signed you from. Did it feel strange signing and then staying at Peterborough? And you still scored goals, so it didn't affect your performances, but how did it feel?
It felt a bit weird at the time. The process was done fairly quick, and going back to my old club, which I knew that was going to happen, so it wasn't negative, but I would have loved to be a part of the team that done well at Wembley against his team, Man United. So it was a good thing that I was able to finish what I started at my old club and prepare to where I was living and just get ready for stuff like that coming that season before. So it was good.
Well, we're so grateful you did come. And Oliver, having played for Sweden at under 17, under 19 and under 21, can you remember where you were and when you got the call for your first senior cap? And what do you remember much about the game against Iceland?
You mean my senior cup for Sweden?
Yes.
I can't remember where we were actually. I just remember we had a break, and then I just saw it on Instagram. So that's it really.
Well, as one, the only cap I've got is at the back there. You see it? But it's fantastic representing your country. Whatever level. But you went to the top. Ephron. After being part of the EFL trophy winning team for Peterborough and knowing what it was like to win at Wembley, was the Coventry vs Man United FA Cup semi-final a disappointing for you as the Cov fans and the players? I don't know you touched on it, but...
Yeah, it was, you would have thought I was a Cov fan the way I was cheering at home, but it was an amazing experience, and I'm sure loads of people that were able to get to Wembley, it probably was an amazing day. So seeing it on TV and, getting a disallowed goal, which should have been a goal, but speaking to some of the boys even this season and last season about it, it was something that, as a kid you dream of playing at Wembley and against such a top team as well. Like, the boys didn't seem out of place at all, so watching it at home was just like, I can't wait to join the club.
And Man United have never been the same since. We just knocked the stuffing out of them, but they need supporters like you, so don't worry. One for both of you really. We talk about Man United being a fantastic club, and when I played, I'm from Manchester, and that was one of my teams that I supported, so it was great playing at Old Trafford. What are your favourite grounds that you've played over your career?
I can go. Other than the CVS.
Other than that, obviously, yeah. It goes without saying.
It has to be Wembley. I don't know if kids played a game called Wembley, but they changed it FA and stuff like that. And being able to play that as a kid and then playing at the actual stadium in front of friends and family was just a dream come true. So I'd definitely say Wembley's up there.
Not bad one, is it? Yes.
Yeah, I haven't. For me, it's the CBS so far. Hopefully, in the near future, we'll play at the Wembley, but I haven't really played at an arena with that stature. So I'm hoping it will happen soon.
So do we, and the way things are going. Why do you say now the way things are going? We prefer to go straight up without having all that hassle. Ephron, the 2023-24 season was very good for you. Alongside the EFL trophy win, you were named as part of the EFL League One team of the year and the PFA team of the year. What were your highlights of that season? Best game, best goal, whatever.
Other than the Wembley game, it would probably be like some of the playoff games that we had. Even though we didn't win, just being a part of that group that I had, that was kind of privileged to be with such a good group. Like I've got a group at Coventry now, so probably like my last game at the club where there was a few people at the club watching as well. So I think that was just the end of that chapter, and knowing that I was going on to bigger and better things.
I mean, Peterborough, like Coventry in a way, produced some fine players along the way, but they've moved on. You know, it's a sort of, you know, bring them through club and then pass them on. Knowing Barry Fry, he wants to get a few bob in his back pocket, and but yeah, they do produce some great players, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They give a lot of opportunity to young players in lower leagues, and I think it just goes to show that you don't really know who's watching you at those levels. So yeah, just having the chance, like you said, Barry Fry giving me the chance to play for Peterborough and showcasing myself was, you know, a positive, and without them I probably wouldn't be here. We can see that now.
Well, we're glad you're here. Oliver, in May 2021, you won your first major honour, winning the Svenska Cupen. I do speak the language. Well, I was playing for Hammarby. I wrote if, but it's IF, isn't it? Yeah. Hammarby IF. Did you have a good game, and what happened in the penalty shootout? Do you remember it?
I actually wasn't playing the final.
I tell you what, I'm sacking whoever wrote that. I got that question out of there, by the way. Yes. Well, we'll move on to one. When did you first know, and I know this is true, when did you first know Coventry City wanted to sign you, and what made you decide to come to the club and move to England?
I probably first heard of the interest in March 2024, and my agent told me, and yeah, I was very excited. As maybe many of you know, I was born in the UK, so my dad is British, and it's always been like a second home for me, this country. So obviously Coventry is a big club, and England is a country I know. This was a perfect step for me, and I knew right away that I was going to go.
Where were you born? Whereabouts in England?
Lewisham in London.
Got one round of applause. Well done, Sil. I knew it was you. Well done. For both of you, and just to come away from it a little bit, what do you do to relax and unwind when you're not playing football?
I play video games and watch series.
Yeah, similar to you, I do play a lot of video games, or you know, I just go on maybe the bike ride with my little one. So I do that quite a lot with him.
I often play with my little one anyway. What about? I know there's a baby there as well. For goodness sake. Cover her ears. She's gorgeous, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous. What about at the training ground? Is there a dartboard? Is there a pool table? Is there? Do you have in-house games?
Yeah, we have dartboard, table tennis, and then some of the boys play cricket in the.
How's that?
I mean, I don't play, and Ephron, he's safe, he's just behind. But I'm in the middle of the crossfire, so I get shot pretty often by the boys. But yeah, that's the thing that most of them play.
And what about you, Ephron? Are you top dog anywhere?
Nah, few of the boys play cards maybe, but like I was saying, cricket is like a big pastime at the
Really?
ground right now. Yeah.
What, like, not with stumps and
Yes,
the whole
stumps,
thing?
everything.
Not hardball?
Hardball, softball, any ball, anything.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it's good.
Oh, right, brilliant. Well, Warwickshire, better watch out. And there's a good camaraderie at the club, isn't there? You know, you can see from the stands there is a team spirit about you. You know, when I played, we never had one of those huddles. And I'm sure if we did, they wouldn't allow me in. You know, when you're in the huddle, is it the skipper that does the talking, or could it be anybody?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, it would usually be the skipper, and like we do a lot of talking in the change room as well. And everybody kind of speaks, everybody's kind of accountable for each other before we go outside, so it's usually like either Gramsey or before it was Shifa that would have the last word before we go out for kick-off.
Does anybody get called by their first name in football anymore? They don't, do they?
Not really.
No. It's
I do though.
they do. What do you call it?
No, but it's like it's a nickname.
Yes, I'm saying nicknames. I'm not going to tell you what my nickname was, but again, it could be quite construed as being quite rude. But what's your nickname?
Mace. Mace is usually the only one.
Yeah. And Oliver, did they call it Oliver?
No, just Ollie.
Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Ollie.
Thank you. Got there in the end. Let's go to Ephron again here. Coventry have started the season in brilliant form, unbeaten, and you're one of the 9 players to score for the team. Have you set yourself a goal target for the season, and would you like to share that target? We were, I think it'd be 10 games in, top of the league, unbeaten, loads of goals.
For me personally, I've got my own targets I like to keep to myself, but with the collective, me, Haji, Brandon, Tats, I think we just always want to score. Even in training, it's quite competitive. So we've always got an eye for a goal, and I think it's just shown through our performances recently.
And Oliver, how many goals have you scored in your career? Let me just tell you, Steve Gridzovic has, and I'm sure Ben Wilson's told you often enough about the goals. Have you scored?
Not a professional.
No. Because I think when I played as well, particularly, all the goalkeepers were frustrated centre forwards. So if they didn't go in goal, they'd go up front and cause havoc, injure a couple of people or whatever. But yeah, they love the goal scoring side of things. It'll come, don't worry, last minute, come up, header. Well, we haven't touched on it at the moment, but how is the ACL injury? Are you on the grass yet, or?
Yeah, I'm on the grass. Still not 100%, but it's getting better for each week, and I've probably got 2.5, 3 months left before I'm fully fit to go maximum in training.
Well, we wish you well. Give him a round of applause. The initial challenge by Tyrese Campbell looked like a foul, going back to the injury, but not as bad as the injury that occurred. Did you know straight away it was a bad injury? And we just said about how rehab's going, but did you know straight away it was serious?
Yeah, I knew straight away because you felt something went wrong with the knee straight away, and I was in crazy pain. Then the meds came over and looked at my knee, and it felt a bit loose. But I wanted to try and stand up, and it's just I wasn't able to stand up, and but I didn't expect it to be an ACL until I came into the dressing room and they told me, and I was devastated. The worst news I've had in my life. So it was a tough moment, but it's been over 6 months now, and it's gone well, and I'll definitely be stronger mentally after this, and you get the love back, in a different way, because now you appreciate the small things, just being out on the pitch playing football more.
Yeah. There's more than one thing to contend with an injury, isn't it? The mental thing about, how you cope with it, and seeing your friends and your pals going out to do the thing that you love doing, the best thing in the world, going out and playing football, and then you're stuck in doing rehab or weights or whatever it is. So it is a mental thing as well, and it sounds like that you've you know, you've come through that okay, and ACLs now, it's almost trendy to have one. So I think, you know, you're okay because so many people get them now and they come through it and come back a better player. So we wish you luck with that.
Thank you.
But sticking with you, Oliver, which goalkeeper, past or present, do you think is the best ever and why?
Manuel Neuer. I watched him a lot when I was young, and when he was in his prime, he was just a different animal. And I think that he changed the game for goalkeepers. So yeah, watching him do what he did, the saves and like playing with his feet, coming out was just amazing.
And it's so important nowadays to be, you know, comfortable with your feet. I remember when I was a coach at Cov and it was Steve Grizovic. I was a youth team coach. Steve Grizovic used to get me back every afternoon practicing his kicking. He was Oggy was one of the best traders you'll ever meet, and but he knew that he was deficient in a couple of areas, and he got us back every single afternoon. He practiced, and then became okay kicking. But nowadays it is so important, and I've seen goalkeepers dribble and everything. It's scary, but it still looks great. Do you do a lot of work before you got injured on the controlling, moving the ball, kicking it into designated areas?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing in a very, what do you say, the teams like Man City and Brighton, like in my former club in Hammarby. So that's where I got comfortable at the ball at my feet. And yeah, I mean, you practice it every day in training because you always got strikers pressing from close, like playing mini games and stuff. So yeah, I think it's important to not panic, but there's always like improvement to be made.
And you know, talking about panicking, I don't know a lot of you lot, because I'm from an older era, I do panic when they throw it out and roll it out to the centre back and he puts it across to the other centre back and then back to the keeper and then back to the full back and then back to the keeper and back to the centre back. And I think, you know, and I think things are changing now. I think that throughout the leagues, and Coventry as well, they're getting the ball forward occasionally a lot quicker, and so it's mixing up a bit. So you don't have to do 94 passes before you get into the opponent's half. But that's just being an old bugger. So well, let's go to you, Ephron. As an 18-year-old, you came on as a substitute against Coventry at the Beehive Stadium. What do you remember about the game? And do you remember the large, unbelievable, and loud CCFC away following?
I actually do, to be fair. Not just Coventry, but there was a few other teams that had a massive fan base. We didn't really sell much out at Barnet back in the day, but when teams like Coventry for sure and at Portsmouth, they would bring like a large following. You just saw how big a club like Coventry was at the time, so it was an amazing experience for myself.
Brilliant. Who was the biggest, I have to ask everybody this, who was the biggest influence in your football career, and what did they do to motivate and push you on to achieve, you know, where you are now?
For me personally, it would be my parents, the amount of sacrifice that they made, you know, to take me to and from football. Even my sister, you know, she was a top gymnast at the time, but there was times that, you know, she couldn't get to like her lessons because I needed to go to training. So I would definitely say my family and the sacrifices that they've made to help me get where I am at.
Oliver?
Yeah, I think that's a tough question because I haven't really had. I've always been the one that's loved the game and been pushing to get better myself. So I haven't really had the help where someone pushed me to get better. It's always been myself that had to find ways myself to do it.
Well, that's interesting. Your sister was a top gymnast. Would you know of it? Did you represent?
No, so it was only at county level in South London. So yeah, she stopped doing it at like, I think she was like 17 or 18. Not because of me, but
Yeah, well, parents couldn't take money.
Yeah.
There's more money where you were. Let's take Ephron. Sorry, love. Only kidding. Right, I don't know how to put this really because I know the answer. Where will Coventry finish in the table this season? And like I said, we're unbeaten, top of the league, about 10 games in. And is that pressure greater, the fact that we're top of the league? Or do you think it's lessened if you were sort of vying for the top places?
for me personally, I don't feel any pressure from even the coaching staff or the players. We don't really talk about it much. It's just everybody else from outside is obviously mentioning the obvious. I definitely think I felt more, not stressed, but more, stressed to get to the top of the league before whilst we're at it now. It's early in the season, of course, but every day in training and how we prepare for a game is different to the last, so everything is the same how it would be if it was like mid-table, really.
Do you feel that you don't look as if you're a person that feels pressure, but do you get nervous before games, and do you feel the pressure if we're at the top of the league?
Not really. I mean, sometimes I can get nervous just right before the games, but when you come out to the warm-up, when you start playing, you kind of focus on what you're doing and you forget about it. And same during the games, you're so focused on the game that you don't have the time. You're not standing there thinking, oh, now we're top of the league, I can't see this shot or something. You're just in the moment.
I mean, you have to be, I think as a goalkeeper, you have to be mentally strong, because, you make a mistake, it can be very, very costly as a goal. And you might play brilliantly for 89 minutes and then a mistake and that's it. Ephron could play rubbish for 89 minutes, score a goal, and he's the hero. These different positions have different pressures and different, strengths and weaknesses in them. So I think goalkeepers, all the goalkeepers I've known, I'm meeting you for the first time, they're a little bit crazy. There's just something about them that just a little bit, oh yeah, they're all, but it's that confidence thing that they have to have.
I think O's the only one that I think is normal that I've ever met, so yeah.
I don't know.
So what makes you not normal then? What do you do that's wild?
I mean, I'm quite a weird guy. Like when I'm with my friends and stuff, like they obviously see all sides of me, and at the training ground, I'm very focused on what I'm supposed to do, and I'm kind of an introvert, so I don't show all my sides to people I don't know that much. So I think some of the boys haven't seen all of my sides yet. That's why he says I'm normal.
We've got a lot in common, to be honest. Which player has the best or worst musical taste in the squad?
It's weird because we have a group chat where bidders asks everybody music that they want to hear, and we just put it on a playlist. So
You don't mess with bidders neither, do you? He's a great lad, yeah.
Yeah, we don't mess with bidders, but other than Ben Wilson, his music in the gym, I can't. Yeah, I'm not with Ben Wilson's music, but everybody else's music's just normal.
Oliver, I mean, having been injured and in the gym a lot,
Yeah.
Do you get a chance to put your playlist on?
I have a lot of my music on, yeah.
Can you tell us about any of it? Would we know any of it?
Yeah, probably. It's just some normal hip hop. I like. We call it.
You can't say that, by the way, because Silver's had a hip hop. He's had a hip operation. So, bless. Sorry, so a bit of hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop, rap, party music, a little bit of everything.
Again, there's so alike. So let's get rid of that one. Everyone knows that the great home and away support Coventry have. What impact does it have on you, or do you try and filter it out to concentrate on the game? So do you hear it during the game? You obviously hear it before it. And I might have mentioned this before, but I had David Speedy as my guest last home game, and he's been around a bit. He's, you know, as a player, he's played for lots and lots of big clubs, and he was sat next to me. And just before kick-off, the Little Live and Die in East Ham, that came on, and he said to me, and I could see, and he said afterwards, he said, I got tingles down my arms and the back of my neck. You know, and that effect, it doesn't affect everybody, doesn't it? I absolutely love it. And, you know, we're all there singing it. What's it like on the pitch when you hear the more or less the 90% of the crowd singing it?
No, it's amazing, really. I think you get confidence from it. Just hearing them shout your name, like singing for the team, I think it's a confident boost, and yeah, you get energy from it. This like home away. If you got better support, you will perform better. And as a player, I think you definitely feel it. And yeah, especially me, there's some moments of games where I don't have so much to do. So then, yeah, I listen to the crowd, and sometimes
Was that me they're singing about?
No, sometimes I sing as well on the pitch.
Well, if you want to do a rendition now, you've got the microphone.
I do right. I do right.
Ephron, dude, what about you? Go on, follow that.
How good's your song?
I used to sing Harry, shine. Great. To be fair, Ron Atkinson did say I was the best fullback in the country. And then he went on to say it's the towns and the cities where I struggle. He was sod. But yeah, but you hear the crowd, does it motivate you? I mean, just before we kick off and we're singing that, it just raises everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, back to what Ol was saying before, you might have a bit of nerves going into the match, but when you like walk out, even to warm up, and then you see the fans cheering, no matter if it's home or away, it just gives you that burst of energy and a good feeling when you're playing as well. So yeah, the fans are always amazing, whether we're home or away. It's been fantastic.
Ephron holds the microphone like that. I think we've got to wrap it. It's got it, isn't it? You can see you're ready to sing along with Oliver there. An interesting one again. And I remember asking every player this, and lots of the players didn't have an idea of what they would do. So, what would you do if you wasn't a footballer?
Sorry. Yeah, me, I'd probably. Sorry.
Turn it off.
Nah, it's still on.
Stop.
Hello? Yeah. I'd definitely, to be fair, I'd be working in a school, hopefully, like PE teacher. That's something that I wanted to do. If not, I'd like to be like a football coach. Yeah, that's probably what I'd be doing right now.
Both those things I did. I've been a teacher the last 26 years. Best job in the world after football. So I would advise it. It's brilliant. Oliver, what would you?
I've been asked this question a lot. I don't really have an answer to it because there's never been, in my head, there's never been anything else than football. So I've always thought, I'm gonna make it, and if I don't make it, I'll figure that out later.
Do you have a plan for after football though?
No, same there. I think now I focus on football, and then as you get older, if I would maybe want something now, in 10 years, 15 years, I might think completely different. So I don't think there's any need for me to think about that now.
I remember Peter Crouch being asked what would he be if he wasn't a footballer, and his answer was a virgin. And I think he'd be right actually. But he's very clever. He's a very clever lad, and does so well. Let's get back to Oliver. What one thing do you miss most about living in Sweden, and what one thing has surprised you about living in England?
Living in Sweden is being close to my friends, to my family, because those are the ones that I was hanging out with and that makes me feel good. So I have a few close friends that I hang out with all the time, so I guess I miss them, and obviously my mom and my little brother. So often I'm alone here. If not, my missus, she comes and goes. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is surprise. You can park on both sides. Doesn't matter what direction.
Well, you see the parking out here, for God's sake, diagonal everything. Is that the only thing?
Surprise.
The weather's so good?
The weather I knew,
Yeah.
but it's actually not that bad though, because compared to Sweden, it rains as much and it's just a bit warmer in Sweden actually.
It's getting warmer all the time, but we won't go into that. If you had the chance, oh, this is a good one. What's the best thing and the worst thing about being a footballer? It's both of you. The best thing about being a footballer and the worst thing?
For me personally, the best thing would be doing my dream job. I've been fortunate enough to play with players that every day is fun to be around. So yeah, dream job for sure. The worst thing would probably be when everybody's going on holiday, I'm getting ready for pre-season. So yeah, that's probably the only bad thing about being a footballer.
Yeah, I agree with F. Doing the thing that we love, and the only bad thing is that you don't really get to live your life as a kid or as a young adult, as many people do, because you always train and you're always gonna do everything right because you're a professional. So I think that's the part of life that you miss, that you gotta sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a goldfish bowl all the time, aren't you? And with social media now, you can't be crooked without somebody taking a photograph of it. And it was different when I played. You know, it was different. You could go out at night and you know, you might have the odd drink or whatever, but nobody would be there taking photographs of it, and it wouldn't get back. Nowadays, everything is out there, so you have to be so careful. Yeah, I remember seeing all the players in the pub in Leamington one night, but they were hidden away in a room, and it was after a game, so which is fantastic. But as I say, it has changed so radically now. You, like I say, you are in a goldfish bowl. If you had the chance to go out for a meal and a chat with any footballer, past or present, who would it be and why? I won't feel embarrassed.
I'm not too sure.
Gaza,
Pele, Maradona.
Joe's best. There's a lot of theme there, isn't there? Yes, there's a theme running through that. Whose brains would you like to pick, you know, footballer? And when you go out?
Maybe Messi, of course. That's an obvious one. Yeah, probably Messi. He just seems really quiet and to himself. He doesn't really put anything out into the public. So
you can almost see him playing dance in here, couldn't you? You know, he's that type of person. He's not like, you know, fantastic physique and whatever. He just loves football, but he looks down to earth. What about you, Oliver?
Yeah, I think Messi is the best ever. So yeah, I don't think he's the kind of guy that talks a lot. I think he's just a genius in his mind. I don't think he can explain.
It's just natural.
Yeah, I don't think he can explain anything. If you talk to Cristiano, he would just say, "Yeah, I'm the best. I do this, I do this." Well, yeah.
Do you know him?
Cristiano, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that because he didn't say Ronaldo. It's CR or whatever it is, Cristiano. And is he a good lad?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
We'll stop there then. Yeah. What can you tell us about him? It won't go any further. No, he's the ultimate pro though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't last that long and have a body like that without being so dedicated. Do you, as you know, you say you have partners and whatever. How do they react to the adulation you get?
Adulation?
Everybody loving you, everyone wants to be with you, everybody wants to talk to you, everyone wants your autograph.
To be fair, my missus is always the one to be, like if we're at the ground and I might not spot someone that asks for a picture or asks for an autograph, she's always the one that spots it and says, go back, make sure you go over there. So she's quite supportive in that sense. But yeah, to be fair, it's been nothing but love and respect from when I've moved from Peterborough to Coventry. So everybody I've seen in town or out and about, it's been really, really good.
Yeah, no, my girlfriend's the same, and she thinks it's cute, and no, she likes it, and she doesn't really get. She's gotten used to it, but she's always like a bit surprised.
You take your own pen out, like I did. You carry one with you just in case. And just for both of you, and if you can hark back to, what did you? Do you remember what you bought with your first paycheck? So when you became a footballer and you got your first salary. I ran as an apprentice, got £7.50. I went to a shop called Millets and bought a green V-neck sweater, and oh, brilliant. Still got it now.
Yeah, mine was
A car.
No,
A
not a
Rolls
car.
Royce.
A Rolls. I bought my dad something for his birthday, like a Subuti. I didn't know what it was, Subutio, like a. Yeah, so I remember seeing that, and he had like an old box, and I remember that. Yeah, I always remember it. I remember buying him like a fresh Subutio box, and yeah, that was something that he's always wanted. And obviously other stuff from my mum and stuff, but that Subutio I always remember.
No, put me to shame there now, I feel a bit guilty. And your mum would add anything. What about you, Oliver? Do you remember it?
No, I haven't really.
Had a paycheck. I'm sure you have.
No, nothing special really. I've always been the type that doesn't really spend my money once I get it. So I'm tight.
As a chance answer, 40 pounds. Only kidding. Let's touch on referees. Hopefully around the throat. But yeah, there's you know, been at the ground. There's been sort of so much inconsistency. And I mean, I watched the Northern Ireland game last night. Did you see that? And the referee was rubbish. And you know, 16 subs came on. He added 2 minutes instead of 8 or 9 minutes. It must be hard sometimes when you're playing and you know somebody, the referee's had an absolute shocker, that you've got to keep your mouth shut. I look at Josh Eccles because he looks like the one likely to have a go at the referee first. Do you talk about this before the game or?
It's usually after when they've made like a bad decision, but I don't know, you kind of want to put yourself in their shoes kind of and think some of the decisions is made on just a quick reaction because of how fast the game's going. So I just feel like whenever they make a decision, whether it's right or wrong, just get on with it. Like, you can't really say anything nowadays. We have referees that come in to do like PFA meetings with us, so we kind of all know what to expect. It's just, you know, they just don't understand how passionate players are, and the fans are as well. So it just makes it hard for you to just show normal emotion on the pitch without being cautioned.
Well done, very unanimous, the referees. Well, if we might even get Carl Baker one day, who knows, he's trained to be a Premier League referee. Do you have much to do with referees?
When I play, I feel the same as F. You get mad, but you just get on with it. But now when I haven't been playing, I see myself getting a lot angrier, for sure, and screaming and stuff. And because, yeah, put yourself in his shoes, but when he makes like 3-4 clear like wrong decisions against you, you're obviously gonna get mad because you're blind, you know. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
And they start singing, "The referees love child." Do you have any hidden talents, secret talents that you obviously singing for you. We've got that straight away. But anything that you were very good at other than the football?
I'm good at making like IKEA flat packs.
I tell you what, that is a damn talent. Do you love doing it? That is, it's my worst thing in the world. Honest to God. At my house, seriously, yeah. I've still got boxes, I've been there 15 years. But yeah, that is a talent. You could use that after football's finished. Yeah, there you go. Oliver?
Just ball sports in general, so table tennis, paddle, everything that has something to do with coordination and balls to do. Yeah.
Do you like the single person sports as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very competitive, so yeah, I like everything.
Every football is competitive. I'm honest to God, I used to beat my wife at arm wrestling. And I'd never let her win. But that's, it's born in you, is it? Being competitive, what about, talking about referees, what about VAR? You know, we all have our views on it. And what about you? How's it going?
Well, I don't know. Football is a game like we like little fine margins that kind of can be missed in games, and that kind of makes football what it is. You know, the example with the game against Man United in the FA Cup, where it's a toenail offside.
Yeah.
Really. But things like that is not, I wouldn't say destroying the game, but it's just making the game quite robotic and too realistic. But
I'm having to wait to celebrate it as well, that's another thing, doesn't it?
Yes,
You know.
that's what I'm saying.
VAR, yes or no?
I'm not sure. I'm quite as you say, with celebrating and stuff, the game is more boring with VAR because you're just waiting to see and these tiny decisions. But on the other hand, I can't stand like when something's unfair. Sometimes you get a penalty against you or something like that, and with VAR it would have been overturned. So it goes both ways, but I don't really care. I just play.
And final question before we have a little break to both of you. Ephron, you've played in a number of positions. Which positions do you feel most comfortable in? Which one would you, if the manager said, where do you want to play, where would you play?
Yeah, probably, of course, like left forward, left wing, left midfield. But if the gaffer told me to play in goal,
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, definitely. But yeah, on the left is where I'm most comfortable.
Yeah. And Oliver, have you ever played in any other position?
Left
When you were
wing.
young? Left wing? Yes. Left wing back, left wing, yes. Good answer. Well done. Listen guys, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break. Round of applause back to you.